Cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women. Yeah, the numbers are astonishing. In the month of February, we are going red to help fight it. So look in your closet tonight and get ready because tomorrow is National Wear Red Day. Joining me now to talk more about this and the Go Red for Women campaign is Debbie Day, board member of the American Heart Association. Also Christine Michi, she's a survivor who knows firsthand how the disease can affect you. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in. I have something red to wear tomorrow. I want to assure you I've been saving it for tomorrow. But Debbie, I don't think people realize the numbers we're talking about here, that cardiovascular disease is still the #1 killer of women.
It's true. And I think awareness is critical. They say that 45% of women over 20 have some symptoms of cardiovascular disease. 45%.
Almost half.
Exactly. And women over 20, I'm sure, do not realize that this is inside them. And so awareness is critical. Ditto, expecting women. Maternal mortality really goes up as women are pregnant, and they may not know these signs either.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about some of those signs here in just a moment, but you mentioned women over 20. Christine, how old were you when you realized that something was wrong?
So I was 35 when I had my first occurrence of a cardiac arrest, which is now 25 years ago. And really it was, there's prevention the Heart Association talks about and awareness. And at the time, I was not aware, and I was a typical young woman. I had 2 young kids. I was a marathoner. I was kind of otherwise appearing healthy, so I was ignoring the signs, which was I was having fainting spells. And it turns out I have a neurological problem with my heart that was causing it. We find out later that it was stopping. Not until I was hooked up to a test were we able to measure that. So I ended up with a pacemaker, which is thanks to the Heart Association, the research and science that they have funded over the years.
And then you think that, okay, I'm over that hurdle, good to go now.
Right.
But you actually had another health scare about a year ago.
I did. So that's I'm celebrating my 25th anniversary of being a heart disease survivor. And then last year in January of 23, I had a stroke. And once again, the Heart Association's teaching and exposure that I've been lucky enough to have came to the rescue, and I knew the signs to look for. I was having trouble speaking. 2 things. One, I was having a hard time getting the word out of my head into my mouth, and then I was having a hard time getting the word out of my mouth, almost like a tongue twister kind of situation. I was like stuttering. And so I knew that was one of 3 signs, and all you need is one to need to go get help. And I did go directly to the urgent care and then to the emergency room.
Well, I'm so glad you're here with us today, sharing your story, because your story saves lives. And wearing red tomorrow, Debbie, will do the same thing because we are raising awareness. What are some of the signs and symptoms that people should be looking out for, especially women, because they are different than what we see in the movies and they're different than what men can experience?
Yeah, I think one of the big things I'd call out is how important CPR is. And women are less likely to receive CPR in a public setting, which can be deadly. So if you want to learn more about how to perform CPR, some of us learned it when we were Girl Scouts, but maybe need a refresher, you can go to the Heart Association/Nation and learn more. And we'd really like support wearing red tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just that reminder will get people excited to remember about heart health for women.
Yeah, absolutely, because I look at Christine, you look like the epitome of health. You're in shape. I mean, I know I've talked to you before about your story, and you're a marathon runner. You were doing everything right. And sometimes that doesn't necessarily matter.
And the doctor has the information. So getting your checkups, knowing your numbers, knowing the things kind of behind the scenes, right, that are going on with you in terms of your blood pressure and your blood sugars and all those things like that. You really want to be informed about your health, not just what it looks like in the mirror, but what's going on inside.
Well, I do want people to know to wear red tomorrow. Yes. You look lovely in red, and I hope you have another outfit scheduled for tomorrow. But tomorrow, February 2nd, is National Wear Red Day. So you're going to see a lot of red, not just on people walking around town. You'll see all of our CBS 8 News team in red tomorrow, and even some buildings lit up. So CBS8.com/community. I want you to also go to that website, and we're going to link you to the American Heart Association. And if you have concerns about your health, don't forget to talk to your doctor. It's a priority. Be the loudest voice in the room if you have to. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Heather.
you.
All right, see you tomorrow in red. Carlo.